Hey, welcome, folks, once again to Creepy Conversations from the Castle. As always, this is Bobby J. Gallow, your host, and I am coming to you live from Castello, Gallow here in Roseto, Pennsylvania, 1928 brick castle. That is haunted, and some amazing things have actually happened on this show, but hopefully not tonight because I don't want to take anything away from our next guests. But before we do that, we're just going to do some quick housekeeping here. As many of you know, we already passed 50,000 subscribers. We're actually right now close to 52,000, growing at least a clip of about 200 to 250 subscribers per day. And I hope a lot of them are on tonight's broadcast because this is why we do that. We do this for you guys. And we feel like you're subscribing for a reason. And Creepy Conversations from the Castle is one of the best reasons. So, moving on. You all know that we have a collaboration with Finiercy Electronics. They have sponsored the show, so to speak, and we have been using the ERD10 EMF detector during our investigations, which was provided to us courtesy of Finiercy, and they liked our last long form video so much, which was Mysteries of Oddfellow Cemetery, that they actually sent us another piece of gear to field test, and it's still in the box. And why is it still in the box, folks? Because Nikki G said, Daddy, you cannot unbox this. You have to do it on camera. You have to do an unboxing video because that's what they do on YouTube. So basically, I'm just going to show it to everybody right here. And here it is, the 3-in-1 GC03 upgrade. And believe it or not, it's not just an EMF detector. It's also a Geiger counter. That's right, nuclear radiation. So what we are going to be doing after we unbox this and take it out into the field is we're going to test paranormal activity in some controlled locations for possible nuclear energy, because I don't know anybody else in the field who's actually done that yet. So we're going to do that courtesy of Finiercy and our collaboration with them. And we'll get that on tape for you guys. So I think that'll be kind of interesting. How's that going to work out? I have absolutely no idea. But without further ado, we are going to bring on our guests because we have a lot to talk about, and I don't want to talk just myself here. You'll notice in the upper right-hand corner of the screen where I usually have a picture of my book, I actually have the poster of an amazing new film that has just come out called Evil Unearthed by a gentleman named Matt Benton. So I actually have him here on the show tonight, along with his lovely wife, Helena, and a true icon in the paranormal field, Mr. Joe Vitale. So we're going to bring them all on here. And ladies and gentlemen, here they are. There's Matt Benton. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, standing ovation. I'd stand up and my boxer shorts, and that would be inappropriate. And here we have Helena Benton, formerly of the Hauntingly Beautiful podcast, which I was a big fan of. Okay, just saying. And a black cat in the background. There we go. That's a positive omen. And there he is, true icon in the paranormal.
And I'm not working.
Oh no!
Why are we not getting a picture on him? I
know he was just you.
Oh, it worked just a second ago.
I think he froze.
Probably.
Folks, it's happening already, folks. I told you this place was haunted. There we go.
Paranormal activity on camera.
Let's bring him out and bring him back in again.
Now.
Maybe he needs to rejoin.
Your audio.
Yes. Joe, if you're listening, rejoin, my friend. All right. Okay. I can tell when he comes back in. So when he comes back in, we are going to put him back up on camera. Okay.
He just messaged me saying he has some issues.
Does he have some issues there?
Yeah, it's his end.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, we got 14 people watching already. That's actually pretty good. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the show. It is really an honor to have you guys. It really is. And I have a lot of questions, after I watch the show. But the first thing I want to say before we get into anything paranormal is, Matt, you are a member of the Armed Services, and I want to say thank you for your service.
No problem.
No, I think it's great. I always envy people that are in the armed services because I never could enlist. My father was a sergeant in the Air Force, and I never could do it because I have horribly pronated feet, and there's no way I could do the marching or any of the physical activities. So, but I live vicariously through people like you when I see all your posts on Facebook and everything. I think you're doing tremendous things. So, thank you very much for that.
No,
Helena, I want to say welcome to you too, again, formerly of the Hauntingly Beautiful podcast, and you are going to be doing a new one called Hellbent, which is a true crime show.
Yeah, so Hauntingly Beautiful Adventures, yeah, that's my channel where I post paranormal investigations and also podcasts, and Hellbent is my true crime channel. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, after the show, I just want to let everybody know that we will be putting links to everything in the description of the show after we get done. So if anybody wants to check out Helena's show as well as Evil Unearthed, you're going to know where to do it. You just go down below, folks. It's all going to be there. Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, and Joe's still not back yet. Did I scare him away? Sorry.
no, it's a while.
Folks, he's an icon. I don't want to embarrass him or anything like that, but sometimes I lay it on a little thick because I do that for my guests. Matt, Evil Unearthed. Yes. This is your second award-winning show.
Documentary, yes.
What's that?
Documentary, because the show has seasons and stuff.
Okay. Hey, yeah. Very cool. Folks, it's a documentary, not a show, because the show has installments. Like, this is a show. We have multiple installments, so it's a show. Yeah. Matt has a documentary. So, and wow, look at this. There's already like tons of people coming in right now with tons of comments in the chat. So we're going to be flashing those up throughout the show. Now, Matt, it's your second award-winning show. Before we dive into the show, what awards did it win, and where did it win them?
So the first of both documentaries is this one. This one, I would just say that it has won Best Director, Best Documentary Feature, Best Editing and Sound Design, and Best Song, Original Song. So that, and it's won at it's different awards for each film festival. So I don't remember which one's from which right now, but I could tell you the name of the film festivals that won some awards, which was the LA Film Awards, and then the Onero's New York Film Awards, and then the Best Actor and Director Awards, which is I didn't go for actor, obviously, because there's no acting in this. so just for the director thing, and it won. That's actually the one where it won Best Director, and then also it won Best Director for the LA Film Awards one. So yeah, and then Vegas Movie Awards was the other one. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That one won Best Documentary Feature, I believe.
Now, we had Joe, then we lost him again, folks. Don't worry, we're gonna keep trying until we get him permanently.
We lost Joe, but we got a cat.
Oh, that looks like my Pookie. My Pookie is a tuxedo cat as well.
Aww.
Yeah,
cats are the best.
That's awesome. One of the reasons that you won these awards was the cinematography, right? They, and it really is outstanding. And like I like to tell people, I am a master at clip champ, folks. Which is a Microsoft video editing suite. Matt is the real deal. Okay. And there is Joe. We're going to get him back again. There he is, folks.
I don't know what the problem is.
We're haunted. Don't you know that? Come on, folks. We know that's what's happening here. I can't even keep up with this chat. Oh my God. There's like so many people popping in and out. Okay. Hello, Matt. Hey, Matt. Okay. So, and somebody mentioning Helena, another mentioning Helena with a heart. There we go.
Hi, everyone.
And there's one from Joe, one for Joe. All right. Anyway, I want to tell everybody that I did absolutely watch the show, and I loved it. I really did. Now, I watch a lot of paranormal shows, but the thing I really loved about Evil Unearthed, number one, is the atmosphere. I'm really heavy on atmospherics. It has to draw you in. You have to feel like you're there. You have to get goosebumps when you're watching. Now, you can get goosebumps by watching a horror show that's not real, but when you're watching real life paranormal, as we know, there's a lot of corn out there, and so right, Matt, you would agree with me
Yes,
out there. There's a
I
lot of
agree
corn.
100%. I talk about this all the time about a lot of corny, especially TV shows. They don't know what scary is anymore. It's like they just like add a lot of like Halloween sound effects for like kids. It sounds like sometimes.
Right.
I'm like, oh my gosh. It's
But
like,
Right.
to be fair, though, it is really hard to find atmospheric music for these types of things.
it took me years to find what I found, and it cost a lot of money.
I'm
So,
sure.
yeah, I spent around probably $5,000 in music.
Wow, that's a lot for the licensing.
Damn, I should have
Yes.
charged more for Evil Unearthed.
So, watching it, the one thing that it got me like your retro footage back in the beginning when you were you did it years ago, and I
Yeah.
want to say right up front that the house is very unassuming,
Mhm.
and you don't really know that you wouldn't know it's a haunted house, which to me is one of the things that actually vouches for its authenticity. Now, I just put that we're getting so many things in the chat that I can't concentrate on interviewing you guys. So we're putting it in the stream now, so we could see it all live there. Now I don't have to keep flashing it up there, but a lot of times when people go to a location, they go to a location because it looks haunted.
Mhm.
And there's castles, there's haunted hotels, there's theaters, and they always try to get that built-in atmosphere. But with the Monroe house, there was no built-in atmosphere. It looks like your aunt's house.
Yeah.
It just looks
Until I would say yes, but in the very beginning, when it was like falling apart a little bit, and they had the dead trees next to it and everything, it could look like it. So
right.
that's actually the specific shots I was using a lot of, is when the dead trees are around, because it gives that more atmospheric look. I even told Joe, because I've been in the Marine Corps the whole time, and so I couldn't get a lot of pickup shots. So I had Joe go and do some of the pickup shots. When I say pickup shots, I mean for B-roll, guys. Okay. And so for the pickup shots, I had him go get more B-roll, but I said, let's wait until the trees start dying, because I want some more dead tree shots of the Monroe house, because that fits my style and what I'm trying to go for this idea for the film. Because I was trying to make this my very first true horror documentary. And so I was also wanting it in the right seasons, basically, when it comes to the look and exterior of the Monroe house. So, yeah.
And the bones in the basement.
Mhm.
There's no, to me, that alone. If this house was built over a burial ground of sorts or an old cemetery, that's
Mhm.
enough. That's enough of a
Yeah.
reason for the activity. And
But there was more.
what's that?
I said, but there was even more.
There was even more. It's
because
crazy.
of the ritualistic items also in the crawl space. So
Yeah. And that, we've had our own experiences with places that were haunted, and later we find out that there were voodoo rituals being done at that location. So I can totally relate to that. Helena, that was your first time there, right?
Yes, my first time, and I heard a lot of stories about this location.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the stories were right. It is very weird and disturbing location for sure. Yeah.
Now, did you get any feelings when you were there? Like, did you feel anything?
Um, Yes, in certain parts of the house, especially the blue room. I keep always saying that, but the blue room affected me the most. And I feel like it's a lot of people feel like the blue room is the place. And I don't know, it kind of comes and goes also. Like it's
Hmm.
not constant, but
Right.
you just start feeling like this feeling like someone is behind you and you just start panicking without any good reason. And when
Yeah.
I panic, I freeze. So I'm just like, just quiet and just being like, what the heck is going on? Yeah, that definitely
Yeah.
happened a lot. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my experience as an investigator, and I've been doing this since 1990, when you guys were really, really young.
How,
1990, I
how
wasn't even
yeah.
born yet.
You weren't even born in
94.
1990. Look at that.
No, I
Wow.
said I wasn't even born yet.
Joe, what were you going to say?
I'm gonna say I'm not that young. I'm 47.
I'm 61. Okay, so
Oh Jesus.
yeah, I know.
So you had
I
front row
know I don't
tickets to
look
the
my age. You don't
crucifixion,
have to
and
tell me.
you rode the dinosaurs. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that
Hey,
too.
I've been doing this a very, very long time, way before the paranormal shows, that's for sure. But that's besides the point. This is not about me. Um, but I could tell you that the spirits never leave. I mean, they're there, they're there. They don't come and go. It's just when they want to, gather enough energy to manifest, um, and do their thing. So, if you're feeling watched, that's probably for a good reason. Joe, you've been around. Um, you've done a lot of investigations. What was your take on this entire investigation?
Um, Somewhat surprised, but also I guess at the same time not surprised. I've been to the Monroe house a lot, and hey, you got your nights where nothing happens, and sometimes you might have something here and there, and if you're lucky, you get something that's like, oh, okay, that was interesting.
Right.
Um, I think we definitely got lucky, but I think what really helped was a little bit of pushing and using those items as sort of a trigger. And
Right.
I think that went a long way. Um, and the right people, because that house seems to react to certain people, especially women. So, you know, it's the right people, the right timing, with the right items, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha. No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, it was really an amazing film. Now, Matt, one thing that I always wonder is, I mean, how many people total were on that filming in that house?
So for the main investigation or
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So there was a total of Joe, Helena, myself, Dante Reeder, Eric Connor, and Dwayne West and Tanya.
Okay.
Those are all the people that were there. But
Josh.
oh yeah, Josh wasn't investigating though, but he was there. Yeah.
Okay.
He was just hanging out. I said he could investigate, but he didn't want to. So I was like, okay.
Sure.
So, but yeah, and so those were all the people that were there, but they're all staying during the time of the investigation, staying in that one waiting room or outside.
Right.
Those are the only two places or if they had to go to the restroom, they just let us know. That they were
Okay.
going to the restroom, and then yeah, that's how we had it the whole time. So we don't get a lot of contamination when it comes to noise pollution, and also not knowing if someone's walking around upstairs or something like that, or in the other rooms. So
Right. Right. So, I mean, and you immediately knew where I was going with that, because sometimes, it's funny because, if you think back to the early Ghost Adventures, it was just, Zach, Nick, and Aaron with a camera, and then it evolved into what it is now with a whole crew. And you always wonder what's better, going in with a crew or just going in with just a few people. I mean, how do you think that affects paranormal activity? I want your. Go ahead.
I think it's better with less people,
Okay.
but I think you need the right people. Like what was said, because I believe there's some possible, I would say, agents that can bring more activity than others, and so that those kind of people are great to have around. I think contamination is the biggest issue, and we kind of had some of that issue for this film, which is why I kept calling on the walkie to stop walking around and everything.
Right, right.
And stay in that room, and it wasn't in the film, but I cut that stuff out. But there was some contamination issues at certain points, and but I also wanted to have as many people to see which ones were being because this is a one-time thing. You know, it was like we only have 3 days to shoot a full investigation here, and so we wanted the best evidence possible. So we need the right individuals, and plus I have my whole team involved, which my team is pretty decently big now. And on top of that, we had Eric, who was an extra person, and Mike, who was a part of the team at the time too. He's like a part-timer now. So yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. And have you now? This is what this panel is smoking hot. Thank you, Dawn. I think so too. I didn't know I looked good in this light. Kidding. It's a joke, folks. This was a heavy duty investigation. I mean, it's a heavy duty location. It's haunted. Bones in the basement, possibly bones in the yard. Definitely spirits that are at unease. Did anything follow you from this investigation?
Not for me.
Not for you. Joe?
I had a couple of weird things that happened. I was with Dawn, and I felt like I had something bad in my throat, really bad in my throat. I tried to cough it up, and it was just this black, like frothy, like chunky, like stuff that I kept coughing up, and I just could not get it. I mean, I tried, and I barely even remember any of that. And I hardly remember it. I just remember waking up trying to like cough it out, and then apparently I just ignored Dawn,
Right,
as if she didn't exist, and I was out in La La Land. And then like I had a cup for no reason come off my dresser.
really?
And it wasn't at the edge of the dresser or anything like that. It wasn't like there's a ton of wind in this room or anything like that. It just came off. Just little things here and there, but like
Right.
whatever. It goes away. But yeah, it's kind of weird. But I mean,
That's interesting.
usually for me, anyways, if something follows me around, it don't last for very long.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Helena, what about you? Did you have any experiences after exiting the location?
Some, but it's very hard to really connect it to like this location specifically because I am like a magnet to attachments.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I feel like they also don't stay for long.
Right.
It's just weird things. Nothing like worth mentioning though. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You would get along with my wife very well because she's a magnet too. A lot of
The only attachment she got was me.
That's
there
true.
you go. Hey,
Permanent
That's
attachment.
actually fun fact is that's where we met for the first time in person.
that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, I got a question for you. Did you ever get your tattoo blessed?
No.
Oh,
Talk about
okay.
Saint Benedict.
Saint Benedict medal. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have had the ink blessed before he tattooed me.
You could still have, Dave Giuliano had his blessed. That's why when I said that on your post, I said, hey, did you have that blessed? Yeah, because it's the ink. It's not you. It's the actual ink, but whatever. It's fine.
Interesting. I didn't know you can like bless tattoos.
You can.
You can bless anything.
Yeah, you can bless
I
anything.
guess
It's true.
so. Yeah.
But I was
Okay.
told by a Benedictine monk once that the inscription alone is enough of what's on the Saint Benedict, because he has the exorcism side up
Yeah.
on his arm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that inscription alone should be enough. But you know, I always like to get things blessed, but that's just me. I wanted to mention that because I thought it was funny. So Matt, tell us about the filming, and tell us if anything unusual happened during the filming. And folks, I just want to say once again to everybody who's with us and is going to see this, because there'll probably be thousands of views on this by next week, because most of my viewers are not in this time zone. But this is Evil Unearthed. This is a brand new film by Matt Benton in the upper right-hand corner. And we want everybody to check this out on Amazon Prime and YouTube. And we're going to give everybody the links after the show, but we're going to go back to our panel right now. Matt, tell us, did anything unusual happen during the show?
Just during the investigation portions, yeah. Also, there's always something during the post-production process. Always something. Like the first film was basically had some rendering issues. This film I had where my third-party color correction program was not working properly, so I had to render this film in literally parts at a time, just to make it whole. And I think it was like around 45 parts, or something like that. It was that many parts of the film, and then I put them all together, then render it again. It was so annoying. I am not using Vegas again. I'm switching to DaVinci Resolves after this. So I was using Vegas Pro when I was editing both these films. So yeah, I was having a lot of issues. It's always something with post-production, but I somehow managed to get it done. So it's like it's like you're finding loopholes to fix it.
Yeah, and he edits live too, so there is a lot of witnesses.
Oh my gosh, I could never do that.
Yeah.
That's a
I
talent
edited
right
the entire film was edited on my live streams, and there was about it was like 155 episodes of me editing it live.
Oh wow!
So and
that's cool.
Every single bit of it was live streamed. So it's for mainly the skeptics, and also give something for my YouTube members to get a little bit behind the scenes stuff. See the movie making process, or I should say, filmmaking process.
So basically, your channel isn't so you guys basically have to like just email me all of your links. We're going to put all your links down here because we're getting a pretty substantial audience, and we want these people to know where they can find all of your content, including your paid subscription channel. I think that's great.
It's all on YouTube. Paranormal Research Unit is the name of our team, and also the channel name.
Right here, folks, on YouTube. That's why we do everything on YouTube, because Matt Benton is here. That's why we do this on YouTube, because Matt is here. So there we go. So, Dawn had a great thing. We should have had the trailer to show on the show. I wasn't even thinking of that. What a great idea that would have been. But doesn't matter. You could see the trailer on YouTube. On YouTube. There you go.
Type in Evil Unearthed. It's easy to find because it's all over Google right now. If you just type in Evil Unearthed, you're going to find it. It's Google made a knowledge panel on it. So
that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. So Joe, you're kind of quiet here, my friend. I want some input from the legend Joe Vitale.
Wow, you've really oversold me.
I like to raise the bar.
I mean, I've been around for a while, but a legend, an icon. Come on now. Let's take that bar down just a little bit.
Joe, let me just tell you something. I say this all the time. I only have the cool kids on my show. And if you're here, you're a cool kid. So, or you wouldn't be here. So only the cool kids are here. That's it. And I mean, so yeah, I mean, look, it was a stroke of luck for me to have these people on, because I agree with everybody in the chat. What a panel, right? This is definitely a hot panel for sure. Okay, there we go. And I'm only slightly less good looking than Joe, so I'm telling you that.
I'm blushing.
So yeah, so let me see if I have anything else here on my on my list of questions here.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt for a second. So you have Shadow Cat's comment been up on the screen this whole
Mhm.
time. I just wanted to mention. I don't know if that's on purpose. She said Nasu. That's the name of my cat. You had it up this whole time on there. Selected her comment.
I'm not seeing it.
It's right under her. Helena's.
It's right under. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that's been up there the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Has it really? That's not supposed to be. Thank you.
I wanted to stay for a while, but I didn't want to interrupt. But I was like, okay, now it's good. Nobody's talking. So
Yeah,
Your
that's
cat's
really good.
getting a little bit of recognition now.
I know. I'm kind of like so involved in the. Okay, let me see. It's not going away. Let me see. There we go.
There we
got it
go.
all. All right.
Yay.
Wow, that was weird. Okay, well, folks, we did that on purpose. We wanted to make Helena's cat famous, and we've done
Yes.
that now.
Now you know my cat's name, Nasu.
Now you know,
There
and
go.
it's ingrained into your brain. Her cat's name. There we go. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for pointing that out, because I would have watched this again and I would have said, "Why is that there?" So there we go. Perfect. Okay, Matt, tell us more. I'm all ears here about the production, about the show, why people should watch it.
I think this is the most, in my opinion, the most interesting storyline uncovering a haunting like this, because I don't think I'm ever going to, I don't know, but as of right now, I can't think of anything else that's going to be as interesting as the story of this house to compare to another haunting, because of the things that were found. Usually it's very rare to find a stick figure like it's from the Blair Witch Project inside of a crawl space. Even when in the moment it happened, I barely could believe it, because it was like, this feels like I'm in the movies right now.
Isn't that crazy? That's wild. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that really,
ironically, then it became a movie. Yeah, but yeah, I was pretty shocked when I saw that, and no one knew about it for a long period of time. It was just basically by word of mouth, whoever heard about it, but it wasn't out there until this film. And so it's finally being seen what was found in there. And I've been holding on to that footage for so many years. So 7 years it took us to make this film. 7 years of documentation.
Yeah, it's really good. And what I liked about it is, like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and I'm watching the retro footage, and I'm like, where's this going to go? Where's this going to go? And I'm not going to tell you guys where it's going to go, because you got to watch it. You know, I mean, that's the whole thing. That's why we're here talking about it, because we want you guys to watch it. We want you to watch Evil Unearthed. Come on. And you know what? When you watch it, you're supporting these guys. They worked really hard on this, folks. You guys need to support this. Very, very important. So we want you to watch Evil Unearthed, available on Amazon Prime, on YouTube. So yeah, it's really, really important. And if you look at the upper right-hand corner, I put Matt's poster up there again so that you can see it, so that you'll easily recognize it when it pops up on your YouTube feed. So Evil Unearthed.
Yeah, it's available so right now it's only on video on demand, but it really helps us when you guys purchase, because, for example, I spent around $30,000 on this film of my own personal money. That's the difference of being an independent filmmaker versus having a executive producer of some kind that's funding everything. So for you, it's basically a passion project, and so I put a lot of money into it. So everyone that purchases it helps us out, the filmmakers out. So,
and this is the story. Just to let everybody know what we've been talking about here. This is the story. This is Matt's journey through the years in the Monroe house, which is a notoriously haunted house. And Matt gives you all the reasons why he has all the documentation as to why this is a haunted location. Some of the things you're going to see are going to blow your mind. It blew my mind. I mean, the bones in the basement. I'm not really, this is almost like a teaser, because you have to see it. Even if I tell you, folks, you got to watch it and see what he uncovers. I mean, that was a leg bone, by the way, that you found in the basement. And who knows why that was there? Was that a sacrifice? Was that a grave that was unearthed when they were building the foundation? I mean, we don't know. It could be anything, but they did look like human remains, and that is recipe enough for a haunting. I've seen graves haunted when there was litter there, like beer cans, let alone a house that dug them up. I mean, it's mind-boggling to me. So
I was going to say, I think what happened was it was likely because Kenny Biddle, he also talked to a historian there too, and just believe that this was maybe a private little graveyard or cemetery that was just forgotten about.
Sure.
And then, poof, build a house on top of this
right
graveyard. So, but who knows? I mean, we don't have the answers to that.
Well, it doesn't have to be malicious. When these graves were disturbed, it's just the fact that the graves were disturbed. I mean, it happens all the time. Let's face it. When they're putting in a parking lot or a shopping mall, sometimes they don't even know that there's a cemetery there, and it gets plowed up. And before you know it, there's spectral shoppers going through the mall, and no one knows why. And then they find out that they built this thing on top of the cemetery. That happens a lot in St. Augustine. Dr. Harry Stafford, who trained us on how to be investigators, he was a very well-known parapsychologist. He would bring us to places that were Menorcan burial grounds, and they had put a parking lot on it, and they would or put a building there, and you would get communication like that through your ITC devices, because these spirits were, they had a story to tell, and they wanted to tell it. And I think that could be what's happening at the Monroe house. I know a lot of the evidence seems to be a little bit dark at times, but do you think it's all dark, Matt?
I think the rituals are the main reason why the haunting is there, based off the information we got response-wise, also from our evidence through the last 3 nights we were there. Because we got a lot of responses in return, and it related to the artifacts, and so on top of that, me crawling out of the crawl space with the stick figure, and I'm not going to spoil it, but then something else happens, and then so
right,
it's like it seems like it's related to the rituals, in my opinion. Obviously, everything in the paranormal is theories. I can't say everything's definitive, but I think that's the main thing that's going on there, personally.
I love the door. I mean, honestly, I love the door. The door was cool, and at first I'm thinking wind, but honestly, when I didn't know that only led into an enclosed porch that also had a door. So the wind. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, I guess it wasn't the wind. It was hard to explain, and just the way
I locked that door. I have footage of me locking the door, and I never went through that door again the entire time I was there, because there's no point to, because that area was like everyone enters the Monroe house from the back.
Right.
They don't enter and exit the front area. So I was like literally just checking it, and then I closed it, locked it, and then 2 days later, it opens on its own. And then, so it's pretty interesting. And on top of that, you'll see in the film, like, it was pretty weird. It also never moved again. Like, you didn't see it swaying back and forth because of wind or anything.
Right.
It just stayed there. I was asleep when it happened. Actually, when it first happened, I thought someone broke in the house, is my initial thought. And on top of that, that was my first time ever capturing anything move on camera. Because I was, at that time, in 2017, I was investigating the paranormal for about 6 years. 6 years I've been investigating the paranormal at that time, and that was my first time capturing something move on camera. So I've seen it before, but never caught it. So it was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the evidence, because obviously when we're looking at paranormal entertainment, and I use entertainment in a very loose way. I'm not using it in a way that implies that this is just being done for entertainment, but it's just the genre, paranormal entertainment. So I use that, which is why my company's BG Entertainment. But in this field, there is a lot of fudging of evidence. So
Yeah.
Matt, I already know what you're going to say because you said it in the film in the beginning. This evidence is real.
Yeah, 100%. I'm even offering on giving the raw footage. Whoever wants the raw evidence, I can send it to someone for peer review. So I don't mind that at all. We're very transparent with our work in the Paranormal Research Unit.
I think that's great. And, we've done the same thing over the years with our videos because some of our evidence, some people have said was too good. And our EVPs, our apparitions, and I've always given them the data. Here it is. Look at it. And we've never gotten called out for falsifying evidence. But we know, and I know, especially being here on YouTube, that it happens. People are, they're going for the sensationalism. They're going for the shock value. And, I don't want to name people in particular, but we just know that, I've said to Brian Cano, he sat for an interview for my second book, and people sometimes are doing this for all the wrong reasons in this industry, and I don't mind a serious paranormal documentary that has mood music because I do it too, and has the right fonts, the right atmosphere. I think that's necessary to draw the people in and keep their attention, because if you don't do that, you're going to lose them. But the larger picture is this is a haunted house, and you have real documentation. You have real paranormal activity here that you want people to experience. Am I correct in saying that?
Exactly. And, what's funny about this one? This one is the real Conjuring because something was actually conjured here with ritualistic items.
Right.
And we got some interesting evidence, and we have evidence to the items being there, and we have evidence of the activity. So it's funny because if The Conjuring wasn't already a movie name, like one of the biggest franchises ever, that would have been a perfect name for this film. But we thought of the different one, Evil Unearthed, and we was like, okay, this one, I think that works too because we did unearth some things in the crawl space.
Yes, you did.
And it had evil intentions of what was being done. We're not trying to say. We personally believe that there could be something demonic there, but we're not. I don't like throwing that word around everywhere, but because that was the intent when the rituals were done according to the person that did them. So yeah.
Well, darker entities, ghosts, if you will, can mimic demonic activity. So it could be demonic, or it just could be a very low vibration spirit. You don't know. I mean, further investigation would need to be had. And I wouldn't. I mean, you're going to do what you're going to do. But if I were you, first of all, I would need arms like tree trunks, like you have. But sorry, I had to get that in. But also, I would go back. I would do a sequel. I wouldn't give it. This is a great location. It really is. And now I think you own it. I mean, a lot of other people doing it. Look, I have really good friends. I have paracelebs that are really good friends that are very, very well known. Again, I'm not going to name drop here, that have done this location. But when I saw Evil Unearthed, I said, he owns this location now. That's just my opinion. And, you compare it to the Conjuring house. I've been to the Conjuring house. Believe it or not, it was my least eventful investigation. Truth.
Yeah.
The last time I went to the Conjuring house, nothing.
Me either, Joe. Nothing. And
that our first film was on the Conjuring house, right?
Yes, I do know that. But I'm not. Well, I'm just saying that for me. I'm just.
I understand. It was. But the thing is, like, we even put a video out there that we debunked our biggest piece of evidence in that film. So it's on the YouTube channel right now, Paranormal Research Unit, where we go over the debunk because we sent the raw footage and someone found a natural explanation for it. So it was the rocking chair thing sequence.
Right.
So that's the thing about real paranormal research, though, is being open to finding the answers in both avenues when it comes to a natural explanation, or maybe there's
Amen.
not actual explanation. It's okay to be wrong about it. Just we put a video out there. The part that sucks, though, is that more people are seeing the film than anyone's going to watch that debunk. So that's the only issue, is that a lot of people already are going to think it's paranormal now, and they're never going to see that because the channel is not as popular as the film was, obviously, because it's going on all the streaming services. Maybe we can mention it in our some future film to get it out there. But
and that was the Harrisville haunting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just to show you folks, I did my homework on Matt. No, I saw that movie, that show. I called it a show again. My fault.
It's fine.
My fault.
It's fine. I'm
gonna slap my own hand here. I saw that documentary as well. So there we go. Now, I got to get this right. I'm respect. I respect this guy over here. I want to do him a solid here. So
one day we might do a show. So we'll see.
You never know, right? That would be cool. Well, I know on my bucket list, I have a lot of bucket lists, but one of my bucket lists, I would love to do an investigation, a collab with Matt, Helena, and Joe someday. I think that would be pretty cool, because you know why? Because I trust them, and you guys know me. I don't trust a lot of people in this industry. I just don't, because I see what happens. And it's just like, it's hard to present evidence to me. And now with AI, it's getting even harder to distinguish what's real. So in order for me to accept evidence, I have to accept the person that provides it. So, and I know, I've seen a lot of these television shows. I've debunked evidence that I've seen on the television shows. It's amazing. Popular television show where the REM pod's going off, but the producers forgot to hide the guy in the back.
Wireless mics.
What's that?
Wireless mics. They're always wearing wireless mics, and those set them off all the time. I've had a personal experience with it because I was shooting like an unboxing video of some like occult doll I bought, and I had my wireless mic on, and I just have my REM on it just near the item, just to see if it goes off. And then I started to notice that every single time I walk by it, I was like, it's keep going off right now. And then I realized it was my wireless mic, and I turned it off. It wasn't going off anymore. So wireless mics set off REMs, and they use that all the time in TV shows. They use wireless mics all the time, and then they have their REMs go off all the time, obviously. So
well, just two quick examples. One was the son of who was a famous rock star that just passed on.
Oh, Jack Osborne.
I wasn't going to drop his name.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't want to drop his name.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know who he was.
Oh, I thought you were having a blank on the name.
I knew what you were doing, and I knew what Matt was going to do, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Should I interrupt before Matt says names drops?
Well, I will just say this. He may or may not have been holding a REM pod in his hand, and maybe or maybe not implying it was paranormal activity in an allegedly haunted hotel. We know, folks, it was picking up him. Obviously he's holding it in his hand. So, but there was another one, and it was a completely different show where the REM pod was going off, and you could see the person. It was in a hallway. You could see the shadow of the person in the room opposite waving their hand up and down, setting the REM pod off, and I guess it got by the producers. And after my wife saw that, she'll never watch that show again. So it's just the falsifying of the evidence just blows my mind. I just don't like it, because that's not what we're about. Yeah, go ahead.
There was a video where somebody was showing that there was like a shadow figure or something like that in the kitchen. I don't know. It ended up becoming this argument between somebody who used to be on Ghost Hunters, then had their own little show, and like some other people. And I thought it was funny because I watched this footage. Everybody, like, they were wrong. Everybody.
Mm.
The person from those television shows and this other guy from a television show. I'm like, it was basically good timing. It was a bug on this camera lens. But one of them was like, that person was moving too fast. That's why it looks like a shadow. And it's like, then, well, why would anybody make a security camera like that? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Right.
So what had happened was just a bug on the lens. And they're like, well, why did the paper on the table move? I'm like, well, if you look up, you see a fan and it's turning. It's blowing air down on the table.
Right. Gotcha.
And I'm like, they give these people TV shows?
They give a lot of people TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
But and you know, I mean, that's why Ryan Buell got out of the business, because they, you know, from what I understand, they wanted him to do some things on Paranormal State, and he said no. He said, "This is going to be legit, or I'm out," and he was out. But you know, I always liked that show because it really did lack a lot of the sensationalism I'm seeing on the shows today. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Especially YouTube. YouTube, it's gone extremely bad. It's a lot of debunkable things that people are using these days, and it's not good for the paranormal, especially when they don't take their research seriously, because they're doing it with history too. They're just going with they take everything at face value. Everything they hear, they're like, this is what happened. Don't do any research about it at all. And this is like, yeah, it's pretty bad. So it looks bad on us. And so it's gone more and more downhill. So hopefully this documentary gets big enough to where it's like, this is what professionalism looks like again, or get to that point again.
So I'll say this: when it comes to doing like the research and the history and stuff like that, it is absolutely important because, for the most part, with my experience, most of the places I go to, the history's pretty good. Right? There might be little things here and there that are just off or whatever, but it doesn't impede on the investigation and what's captured or anything like that. But I mean, hey, I've gone to places where it's just complete BS, and I'm like, how, like, with all the people who have gone to a place, how did not any one of them do any kind of research whatsoever? There were a couple who did, but allegedly they were threatened with lawsuits. And I'm still like, a lot of these big channels, they got a lot of power. And if they do research and put these things out there, that helps. Just because we find that research is either complete BS or off, doesn't necessarily mean the place is not haunted.
right.
But it makes no sense to me. A lot of, like, most of these YouTubers want to be taken seriously, but they're just running gun ho into
The YouTuber like stuff.
Yeah, and just running into a location and just running with whatever they're told, then sensationalize it. Sometimes even adding to it, and I like that drives me nuts.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree. And it's important to separate the YouTubers from the people that are on YouTube. Like, Matt, you're on YouTube. I'm obviously on YouTube. Helena, you're on YouTube, but we're not YouTubers.
Yeah, we don't act like the clickbait trying to over sensationalize. The only sensationalizing I'm doing is within the production sound design. That's about it. So it's like,
Yep. And again, I support that. As I consider myself a serious paranormal investigator. I have the support of a great many people in the industry that are parapsychologists and whatnot. But that being said, I still do that with my own videos. I feel like you have to set that mood. And sometimes you have to have an audio cue when something happens, or it just goes right by the person watching. Like if something happens on an investigation, like you could see on video where one of my daughters got touched, and you see them flinch. We catch that live. I need an audio cue so that it alerts the audience that something just happened, or else just go right by them.
Right.
Yep.
So, like with my channel, I use audio as a cue.
Right.
Basically, get rid of the audio if something is about to happen. Which I rarely ever have to do that because nothing ever freaking happens. I always joke around and say I have the most boring YouTube channel because nothing happens.
There's nothing wrong with that, Joe, and I'll tell you why. When people watch my channel, I say some of the stuff is going to be boring. Some of the stuff is going to blow your mind, but I put it all out there. I put the full scope because that's what it is. That's what paranormal investigation is. Most of the time, nothing happens. But sometimes you get that golden nugget. And I think Matt.
Go
ahead.
Sorry,
Matt.
keep going.
I
was going to say this. You go.
I think in Evil Unearthed, you got a lot of those golden nuggets. That's what I love about this documentary. And it's long enough where you can see the process and then get those nuggets. It's not just because I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'll cut videos up and just put in the good stuff because my audience, and I love you guys, all 52,000 of you, but some of them have very short attention spans. And so I'll put in the best parts of the investigation. But what I like about Evil Unearthed is you really feel like you're there. You feel like you're part of the investigation because Matt takes you from the beginning all the way through to the end. And I love the end, by the way. I'm not even going to say what's at the end. You guys got to watch it and go to the end because I thought the end was very cool. I thought it was a great way to end. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. You got to watch it and go to the end.
One of my favorite parts.
The end was very cool.
That last sequence there was surprising. And
oh, that was you, right, Joe?
Yeah,
that was you. That was you.
Yeah, it was Dawn and I.
See, I remember the evidence more than I remember the people that were getting the evidence.
Now, I won't say anything, but I will say we did look. Even though it's not in the documentary, we did go look.
Well, here's Joe saying, see, this is what, he's a humble guy, folks. Here's Joe saying, I don't get anything, and yet he closes Evil Unearthed with some really cool evidence, okay? Don't be fast-forwarding. Go through the whole thing.
Also, watch the credits because there's a cool-ass credit sequence right after that part happens.
See that?
Don't forget about the song.
Oh, yeah, the song. Watch till the very, 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 very end. The Evil Unearthed song.
So now we're at the part of the show where I want you to tell people what you want them to know. So Matt, we're going to start with you.
Well, I think the job of this film was to completely unearth the secrets of the Monroe house, and I think we did mostly that. I would say 95% of the mysteries have been pretty much solved in this film, except for like who's the bones. Basically, that's the only thing we didn't really get to solve, and that's because we're not allowed to take it out of the crawl space. Until that happens, we're probably never going to get those answers. But when it comes to the film itself, I wanted you to have a new experience when it comes to paranormal documentaries. I want you to feel the location. And I think judging from a lot of the reviews, I think that's exactly what happened. So, and I'm glad that a lot of people are feeling the same way. I was trying to really have you feel yourself.
And you did a great job, Matt. Sincerely, because I'm a critic, and I loved it. So I think you did a phenomenal job. Kudos to you. It was many years in the making, and it was well worth the effort. It really was. So good job, buddy. I mean, seriously. Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Helena, you have some projects. Why don't we talk about those for a minute?
Yeah. So, like I said in the very beginning, I have two channels. So, obviously, I'm part of Paranormal Research Unit, but I also have my own personal thing where I do paranormal investigations on my YouTube channel. And I also am a true crime. I don't know if a fanatic is the right word, but
Aficionado.
yeah, like I'm very interested in true crime, human behavior, criminology, all this stuff. So on my second channel, Hellbent, that's where I make like deep dives and stuff like that and live streams. So I have things coming out on both channels. Sorry, I can't speak. But hauntingly beautiful adventures. I'm posting soon a paranormal investigation from Cosmopolitan Hotel. Me and Matt went there, and yeah, I'm releasing it soon. Start spooky season with an awesome investigation.
That's great. That's awesome. And Joe, do you have any projects? The great Joe Vitale, icon of the paranormal industry.
Ah, calm down. Oversell.
Oh, you
Oversell.
haven't seen my picture on the wall of you. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
As long as it's not on your ceiling in your bedroom, we're good.
No, I got mirrors there. I'm kidding. I joke. I jest.
Really not much going on. I have a couple of things. I'm not going to say too much about it that should be happening next year. As far as this year, I got a lot going on all at once, and I'm trying to work on an investigation that I did with Jason Haas back in May.
Oh, awesome.
Try to get all that stuff edited and put out there at some point. But right now I got my hands full on different stuff. Hopefully next year it'll get crazier.
One thing I would like to add is that Evil Unearthed is on Prime Video and YouTube Movies and Google Play at this very moment. It will be released in other places later, and later also it will be on Blu-ray at Walmart.com, BestBuy.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Target.com. It'll be available in all those places and 40 other retailers also in the future. Don't know officially what the release date is for the Blu-rays, but it will be out. And also subscribe to the Paranormal Research Unit if you want the whole team's big investigations in the future. So because right after I'm getting out of the Marine Corps in December, and then we're going full force in 2026. So
I love it. I love it. Good for you. That's great. That's great. Yeah. That must be exciting. Finally.
it is.
Yeah. That's great.
Freedom.
I'm so happy for you guys. I really am. I think you and Helena make such an adorable couple. By the way, I mean, you really do.
Thank you.
No, you guys complement each other. You really do.
Thank you.
Yep. But Joe, I like the blue background. By the way, I was
Yeah, my one light went out.
It's say that. Helena's got the red background.
I was going to say that. It's
Joe
the red
has
and
the blue. You guys really made the show look good. I mean,
the white, red, white, and blue.
That's got a messy bed in the background.
I'm waiting for a form to materialize underneath those sheets and give us that classic ghost thing.
Yes, the classic ghost.
I've always wanted to be dragged out of bed by an entity.
Oh, God.
Oh, be careful what you wish for, man.
I don't want to be around for that. Just saying.
It's what I want. Okay, I could.
Imagine I wake up to that. You're just being dragged.
No, I'm just levitating above you.
Oh God! Stop!
Oh,
no. Don't put that in the universe.
Sometimes I like to scare her a little.
I think you're succeeding. So anyway, I just want to tell everybody that once again, what we're going to do is we're going to put the links, appropriate links to Matt's content, Helena's content. If Joe wants to submit anything, I'd be more than happy to post that as well. We're going to have that in the description of the show right beneath this. because I know most of you are going to be watching this after the fact. Thanks for everybody for joining in the chat. I know the chat was a little busy tonight with all kinds of conversations going. I've been trying to keep track of it, but there's just no hope. So but I thank you for being there anyway and watching the show. You guys are great. Thank you for showing up. We all do appreciate it. Matt, do you have any final words?
Nope, that's about it.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed being on the show tonight. I certainly enjoyed having you all. Helena, any final words from you?
Well, I just want to say thank you for having us. This was such an honor to be your guest. And
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And Joe, any final parting words from you?
Oh, no, Helena said it, and Matt, shut up.
All right. We are actually going to end this, guys. Just hang on after the show for 5 seconds so I could thank you. And folks, once again, Creepy Conversations from the Castle. I really want to thank everybody for watching the show tonight. And we are going to end this in 3,